Hey everyone, Lauren from A Girl and Her Wool here. Feels so good to say that. In case you missed it, I've officially relaunched my hand-dyed yarn business. I've been working really hard behind the scenes to be super intentional about the way that I relaunch the business and making choices that are best for me and for all of you. This has been on my mind for a really long time, and I'm so glad that I'm finally making it happen. I've been thinking about vlogs to share, how to show you behind the scenes, and how to bring you along for all of the decisions as I relaunch. Honestly though, that put a lot of pressure on it to feel like I had to film as I was figuring everything out. And in the end, I didn't plan to announce it the way that I did. I posted a photo to my Instagram story. It was a photo that I had just meant to take and text to my friend, and then suddenly it was out there. While I didn't necessarily feel ready, maybe I was more ready than I thought. The response from that post though has been so encouraging, and it really kicked me into gear to start getting this yarn back to you. The biggest change you're going to see with A Girl and Her Wool right off the bat is that for now at least, I will be offering self-striping yarn only. I'll talk more about the why in future videos, but the main reason is that I am in a new house. So new house means new dye studio. And the space that I'm in now is much smaller than where I was before. And so self-striping yarn is just way more manageable in this new space versus using large dye pans and multiple dye pans to dye speckled and variegated yarn. Over the past few months, I've wound skeins around the walls. I've tested new dyes. I accidentally turned a bathtub blue. Don't worry, just temporarily. And I just started to play again with color. My new system has been so fun and creative. These popsicle stick samples you see here, they let me experiment with stripes and stripe order without having to dye a whole skein each time. My friends have also loved picking out their favorites, so thinking maybe you will too. One idea that I am playing with is a choose your own striping sequence option in the shop where you get to design your own unique, playful colorways. I'll be honest, the survey results from my relaunch were pretty split on this, but there was definitely interest overall, so stay tuned. And maybe when some of you others see this in action, you will want to get in on this as well. So there's a lot more coming to A Girl and Her Wool. First off, we have our mystery yarn clubs up and running. Again, the main difference is that this will be a self-striping yarn club. It's also only every other month. So make sure you're signed up by Wednesday, September 10th to join the first iteration of this. And then in 2 months, we'll have the second iteration. So if you miss this one, you can sign up for the next one, which will be sign-ups in November for the December shipment. I'm also really excited. I'm gonna have a brand new series here on YouTube that we're gonna call Stripe It or Frog It, where we're gonna just try out all different types of patterns, all different types of accessories, clothing. I know that a lot of people think you can only use self-striping yarn for socks, and while it is amazing with socks, and it's definitely meant to be used that way, it doesn't mean it's the only way. And so in the Stripe It or Frog It series, we're gonna attempt different patterns and see what they look like. And some of them are probably gonna be great, and some of them we're probably gonna frog. So if you have had patterns in your head or things you wanted to try out with self-striping yarn that you've just been nervous to do it, let me know, and I will happily experiment on your behalf. So the first episode of that will drop within the next few weeks. I already know which pattern I'm gonna do, so stay tuned for that. Of course, here on YouTube, you're gonna also get behind the scenes and all of the colorful updates that I have to share. I love sharing my business, my dye process, all the colors, making you a part of it, making you a part of the decision. So don't miss out on any of those vlogs either. Again, I'm gonna be taking things really slow and intentional, but it's gonna be really great. I think A Girl and Her Wool is going to be better than ever. And again, thank you all so much for the warm welcomes back. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed or sign up for my email newsletter. There are special perks that come to those of you who are subscribed to my newsletter. Thank you all again so much for bringing me back into the community with open arms. I will talk to you all soon. Bye.